What's going on, New Gaming Order? We back like the Juggernaut bitch. This is Alex Lexus with the New Gaming Order staff. Now, today we're doing something a little bit differently because we are aggressively going to make our name. I wouldn't say like a household staple, but we're going to make some changes that is going to really be beneficial to this product. I know we're a little bit crazy on this show, but we're also businessmen that are trying to make this thing grow. So bear with us during this
Hold on.
transition. Shut up. But yes, so you'll notice we'll be doing a lot of intermissions going forward. This way, those of you who might not be particularly into a topic, we're gonna split it, and then you can go straight to that particular item on our broadcast. So we're gonna start today, and we'll just you'll see it'll be some good stuff. But going around the table, Gokin on your knees, brother Noop, and finally Nelson. Opening comments before we get started.
CES was okay this year, but NGO Gopkin, we'll talk about that. But that's it.
Finally got a headset too.
Yeah, I've been had the headset. Razer makes some good ones, but it's kind of hard on the head. But we'll talk about that another time.
You know what? Speaking of headsets, shout out to Nelson's friend who actually checks out our show. He hooked me up with these. What's that? The G930s, Logitech.
Mhm.
This thing is freaking bad, bro. Very nice, and I'm pretty sure you guys can hear me a little bit better than what I was using on the laptop. But enough about that. On your knees. Any opening comments?
Yeah, I got to replace my video card. The specs for Witcher 3 were released on my... Yeah, exactly. I went cheap on my upgrade, and it's already out of date.
Oh, damn, that
Yeah,
sucks.
the minimum is a GTX 660, and that's what I got in my box, so but time for an upgrade. But I'm broke! God damn it.
Oh, that sucks, man. All right, brother Noop, saying that I work out like Terry Crews on doing Euro and shit. What's going on,
That
man?
junk was funny.
Well,
Man,
Terry Crews, where's the bra? There was a picture with him in a bra next to Stallone on the internet yesterday or today.
No comment.
It's all good. Everything's good. It's funny. Gokin mentioned CES. I saw that this there's a BMW that's coming out, and the guy could actually park the car without being in the car with it from a watch, and he could actually retrieve it from a parking area. The car parked itself. And then he hit the retrieve button, and it drove itself to the retrieval spot.
That's lazy.
That's nuts.
That's lazy. Unbelievable.
Rich snobs, yo. And it backed into the parking space. And it had a sensor. It had a sensor on it that would automatically stop you from having an accident. The guy said he got in the car and drove full speed toward this fake brick wall that they had up, and the car stopped itself every time.
You know what that reminds me of? NES Rad Racer. Like it's gonna be like you could like remotely control your car, and then it's gonna come up to you one day. That's just crazy, man. But
You said Bad
interesting stuff.
Racer.
Nintendo Entertainment System, Rad Racer.
Oh, I thought you
The
said
09ers don't know about that game. That's what started racing games for me. But in any case, Brother Nelson, any opening comments before we get started?
Basically, to everyone, Happy New Year again. For people who didn't watch the last podcast, we're in 2015 now. As we promised, this is going to be a better year for New Gaming Order. So I would like you guys to keep supporting us as much as you were in the previous years, and hopefully moving on forward.
Alrighty. So, like I was saying, fans, the first topic will be a separate video, all right? And it's basically something that I saw Review Tech USA talking about, and I was reading the article, and I felt that I had to weigh in my 2 cents. So, shout out to Review Tech, and mainly this is Nintendo and possibly moving on to another console. There's no good that's going to come of this, because if history has it where Sega did this to themselves, where they didn't give their systems enough time to breathe. Looking from the 32X, Sega CD, Sega Saturn, they came out too close to each other and they cannibalized one another, right? So Sega kind of,
Good reference. Cannibalize. I like that. Go ahead.
yeah, so Sega pretty much sat on a dildo with that one, and took it.
What?
So with that, it's like, okay, you guys already know I'm still on the fence about getting the Wii U because of Bayonetta. And then, Hyrule Warriors, like I was playing that at GameStop in Hillside. I'm like, man, I really want to get this, but I'm not going to jump in while they're doing double dutch trying to get their minds together and get tangled in the ropes. You know what I mean? Like Nintendo needs to not make the same mistakes that Sony has done with the PSP Go. And well, I'm going to get into that whole Walkman thing later, but you got the PSP Go that it didn't get enough time to breathe or support or whatever, and then it failed. The Wii U, I know it's underpowered, but give it a chance. Like push it. Because I sent the article to On Your Knees to kind
No,
of
you didn't.
review. I sent it to you in the check your
On
IM
the
on Skype.
podcast. No, you didn't.
Well,
Yeah,
Skype changed itself, so I see a one indicator, but I don't see a message.
yeah, I sent it to you. You know
I
what?
don't. I don't see it.
All right, hold on. Let me send it now. But yeah, I think it's too soon for Nintendo to be thinking about another console. What they should do is try to push the Wii U and fix its mistakes with how it was handled, like providing an underpowered item. But I'm just saying now that kind of makes me like worrisome because I'm not going to invest when in 20 supposedly 2016 2017 they're trying to roll out this supposed new console, but the article from it was from like AMD, I guess, is providing some support with this, but just to give everybody like a little bit of time because On Your Knees is like my Nintendo guy with Gokin, but I sent him the article first, so I'm gonna give everybody a chance to talk first so that he can read up. But Gokin, if you had anything to add on this, like, is it too soon for Nintendo to kind of be hinting at another console when the
I
Wii U?
I definitely agree. I think it's a big mistake to do that right now. I mean, graphically, performance-wise, the Wii U is great. I don't have any issues with it from a performance or graphical perspective. Anything that I've played has looked good. I mean, it's not like you're looking at PC games here. You know what I mean? I played a
Yeah.
Wii U on my television. It plays 1080p games. Nintendo does as much as they can with it. I mean, the biggest problem is the lack of games. It's just taking too long to make titles. That's what they should be focused on. If you're gonna just say, all right, well, we're not doing too good with this, so let's try to hurry up, build a new APU to use so we can compete with PS4 and Xbox One. It's stupid because all people really want right now is games. People want quality games. That should be the focus. If they had graphic, like the fact that they would even consider it in 2016 to make an announcement to probably release it by 2017 early, right?
Hmm.
Which
Hmm.
is what they would attempt to do. But like, oh, it's 4 years, it was time already. It's stupid because they haven't even maximized the potential of this console yet. I
Yeah, I
think I
agree.
think I think where they knew they made their mistake was their development platform, and you see they tried to repair that by allowing like Unity engine and a couple other smaller engines out there to be able to develop on that platform. If they
Hmm.
would have went the Xbox One and PS4 route, which is basically PC gaming developing and
Hmm.
just ported it over using whatever for your platform, they would have been in a better position.
I agree, and Review Tech did make a good point. And I think he had mentioned one of the reps at Nintendo saying that okay, Nintendo does things different. You know what I mean? They have games that set themselves apart from Microsoft and Sony. So for them to really like kind of backpedal and try to okay, we're gonna make a more powerful system. I think, despite like what a former person on this podcast used to say, Nintendo has to.
Mm,
They should have thought about it beforehand, but like they're different. You know what I mean? And I think that's what pretty much is attributed to that contributes to their survival. You know what I mean? Because they don't have the same types of games. Like you can find the Xbox One and the PS4. A lot of the games are similar,
Yep.
but when you got the Wii U and Nintendo games, they're unique to Nintendo, you
Mm-hmm.
know. But brother Noob, what are your thoughts on Nintendo kind of shedding, possibly putting some light on a new console? And I guess the prediction is 2017. But is this a good thing or a bad thing?
It's good and bad. Um,
You said my
Bad for
bad.
all. I said good and bad. Good
Okay.
and bad because of all the reasons that you all mentioned. You're killing the Wii U before you give it a chance. But as a business, sometimes, when you run a company and own a business, you got to know when to cut your losses. Like, the Wii U has some, good killer items, but they're first party. I mean, you can't drop another one next year. It's like they don't have the support. And honestly, gamers don't they want good games and stuff like that. And
Hmm.
it's not really about a lot of times it's not about the unique gaming experience that's personal. It's about, oh, all my friends have Call of Duty, all my friends have this, so you're gonna do what they do because that's how you truly get the enjoyment out of a
Good
console.
point. Okay.
And they don't have that, and the companies are like, I'm not putting this on the Wii U. Like, are you kidding me? So maybe Nintendo saying, you know what, the Wii U's just not what we thought it was gonna be. Let's go ahead and cut our losses and just go ahead and start on the next one. You know what I
But
mean? And
Noob, in fairness though, the early adopters of the Wii U, I feel bad for them because it's like,
yeah,
damn, I got this. You know what I mean? I was with them since day one, and then possibly
I
moving
was
on to
shooting with them in the gym. Dang.
unbelievable. You know what? Shut up, dude. But it's just that I do feel bad for them. And then Platinum Games with this whole keeping Bayonetta on that system. You see, look at what happened right there, right there. Look at that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And they would have made a lot more money on the X1 and the PS4, hand
Because
over
I would have bought
fist.
it.
Man, I'm telling you, I think that was a mistake. And I love Bayonetta to
Did you
death,
say
but
steak?
anyway, brother Nelson, what are your thoughts on I guess the rumblings of a new console for Nintendo?
Well, I mean, it's been going on and off lately about Nintendo in the works of making a brand new console since the Wii U has been announced because everyone knows that the console is very underpowered still compared to the PS4 and the Xbox One and of
Yeah, it's
course
like last
PC.
gen.
Exactly, but
Hmm.
the thing is it's still able to render itself pretty well. I mean, it's not a bad console. It's just in my sense, their marketing idea is fucking garbage because you're not allowing other companies to come on board and actually make use of the power that the Wii U has to offer. You're only sticking to your first party games and you're not allowing such companies as like, EA, Konami, and Square Enix and all these other people that can probably potentially bring you more revenue to
Mm-hmm.
help you in your growth. But
Hmm.
instead, you sit there and you're like, know what? We got this already because one, we're only dedicating ourselves to Mario, Zelda, Metroid,
Oh,
Star
Nelson,
Fox.
let me stop you there. That's not entirely true. I think that developers have gone to say that, hey, we need more paint, like an artist. I need more paint to truly flesh out this painting, which is their game. So if they don't have enough paint, which is the power, they're gonna be like, you know what? I don't want to undercut my vision. So I think that's kind of what drove some of the developers away. You know what I mean? But I don't think that they don't want to help Nintendo or work with Nintendo. It's just Nintendo don't give them the resources that the other two systems have.
Okay, so then you have
Hmm.
Nintendo to blame then, and that's a damn shame.
And it's just
Because
it's damned if they do, damned if they don't. Because like I was saying before, and what you can check out on Review Text video is the fact that what Nintendo tries to do, they try to set themselves apart from Microsoft and Sony. It's like, where are they gonna ever get that break? You know what I mean? Because it's like, all right, we want to be doing this, but then yet, like Noob said, hey, everybody plays Call of Duty, whether it's on PS4 or an Xbox One or PC. It's like the thing to do, but they don't have those games, but they're still surviving somehow. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't think that it's the developers. It's a tough situation for Nintendo. They have to just find a path, stick with it, and make it work. you know. But I didn't mean to, go off on a rant with it. But it's Nintendo wants that support. You know what I mean? It just they don't give them what they need to make it happen.
Yeah.
So, but I want to actually give On Your Knees a moment to talk on this, and then we'll go into the intermission as stated. But Chris, you've been a long time Nintendo supporter. I mean, New Gaming Order fans, he had me checking out the Cube and all that. I mean, hell, I even went and had a Wii for a while, and then I gave it to my sister, and then she didn't want it anymore, so I went to GameStop. But with that, Chris, what are your thoughts on Nintendo possibly going this route?
I'm gonna pass the topic. Can I pass the topic? No, I guess I can't.
You're my Nintendo guy. I mean,
No,
in
no,
terms
You
no.
of
gotta do it.
I was trying to make a joke, which obviously failed miserably.
wah,
Um,
wah, wah, wah.
well, we need to get a soundboard. That's what we need.
Yeah, I'm
uh,
working on that.
Okay. I think all the points I was going to touch on were already touched on. I see this. If this really is Nintendo, because they're not really saying it is, it's an x86 chip and an ARM chip, which Nintendo's currently using an ARM chip in the Wii U. So there's no telling which way they're going. They're trying to stand too far apart, where it's hard for them to get the third parties they need to service their, to get the games on the console, because games sell consoles. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, PS4 and Xbox and Xbone don't have any killer apps still. Neither one does. So that's why their current system is floundering. And until they put out Mario Kart and Smash Brothers, it was doing awful. And Bayonetta 2 helped that, because a lot of top 10s for last year have Bayonetta 2 right near the top. So that has sold consoles too. But I see this. If this is them, they're cutting their losses on the current console. They're putting out the next one. What's going to matter is how powerful it's going to be. It should be a lot more powerful than the current consoles, because those current consoles are already years behind, because they never bothered to make anything faster when they set their standards. However many years ago they put these consoles together. So as long as it's a good chunk more powerful than the current consoles, which it's very easy to do so, I think this console actually has a chance to get third-party support. As open their doors to get third parties in to develop for them.
Okay.
I think it might be a good time for Nintendo to maybe pursue a partnership with NVIDIA. I think I know Nvidia has a problem with their pricing with their licensing and stuff.
Yeah, that's why Microsoft left them.
Yeah, so I would think that two companies like that especially one with Nvidia trying to break into that console market, even though they got the PC market on lock. I think it would be a good opportunity for Nintendo to approach them and say, hey, what can you do for us as far as power goes, which they could do a lot. And also for being able to develop, offering something for developers to be able to, leverage all of that power easily.
And you know what? And
I think it's a good time. I think it's a good time to do it.
I agree with you, and even though I don't know that much about these companies like that, because like one thing that Nvidia is definitely trying to do, like you said, they're trying to get into that market because they have like the Nvidia Shield tablet. Where you can stream your PC games. What if the next tablet you could stream your Wii U games, or have like that cross-play, kind of like what I'm saying, kind of like
Cosplay.
a PSP type deal. I said,
what the heck? This ain't Comic-Con. Unbelievable.
shut
Go
up,
ahead.
yo. So yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, I think it's Nintendo's tried and true formula has just finally run out. Mario, we love you. We grew up on you, but damn it, we're tired of you and your damn mustache. Like, what else can you? What else do you have
Mario
to offer
should
now?
be old, man. He should be like, what the heck?
He's an immortal plumber, yo.
All
I'm
right.
still trying to figure out how a Japanese person came up with an Italian plumber as a main character.
But looks
That was
Mexican.
his,
But looks
that-
Mexican.
Yeah, that was his
That looks Mexican.
No,
I'm
for
getting
real.
off, yo.
And you know what? New Gaming Order fans, I even try to hit that button. I'm just saying, think about it. There was a meme out there that said that a Japanese guy, a Japanese made by Japanese, He's supposed to be Italian, but looks Mexican, and they had
Well,
like
that
all
explains
these
a lot.
colors. I don't know. I don't know.
Didn't I send you that a few years ago, Alex?
I think that was on your knees that said it to me. I was like, "What the heck is this?" But any final words on this topic before we go into intermission, guys? No 2 cents. All right. So for those of you watching live, you can stay with us. For those of you on YouTube, we'll see you on our next segment. And we're trying to make things bigger and better for y'all. All right. So we'll see y'all later. All right.